Hey, what is up everyone, and today I'm going to be looking at something a little bit interesting. Have you ever considered buying pre-built Gunpla? For whatever reason, maybe you want a whole bunch of grunts and you don't want to build every single one of them, or you just want to add some kits to your collection that you don't necessarily want to build, or hell, you might actually be one of those people who does not enjoy building model kits. So, have you ever considered it? Because this, well, it's not my first time actually. So way back when, I made a video about 100 coats of top coat, which I did with Gundam Wing. Now the reason I did that is because that was a pre-built kit I actually found in a recycle shop in Japan. It was super cheap, and I actually bought it to replace parts on my oldest Gunpla that was many years old and missing parts, which was the Master Grade Wing Zero. So after taking the parts off, that's why I tried the 100 coats thing. I wouldn't do anything like that anymore. Nor more Gunpla destruction on here. But today I've got a whole bunch of Gunpla I bought from Banshee, but we're going to check them out and take them out of the box, yeah? Here we go. And by the way, there's a lot more boxes than just the one. Anyway, here we go. Did you know 1 man every hour every day is diagnosed with testicular cancer? April is National Testicular Cancer Awareness Month, which is why I'm going to take a second to talk about men's health issues that are important to all of us. Manscaped, in addition to providing the right tools and solutions for safe and easy manscaping, has partnered with Testicular Cancer Society to spread awareness for men's health and early cancer detection. Together, TSC and Manscaped are committed to raising awareness for the most common form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35, and giving support for fighters, survivors, and families impacted by testicular cancer. You can perform simple routine checks at home while enjoying Manscaped products you use every day, like their Crop Mop Ball Wipes and the skin-safe Lawnmower 4.0 Body Trimmer. Visit manscaped.com/TCS to learn how to check yourself for early signs of cancer, or share their funny educational check yourself video to help save lives and balls. As always, you can use my code Mecha for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Join the Manscaped movement and don't forget to take care of your pair. Alright, so first box. I'm not actually sure what's inside of this. I've got a general idea because I did buy quite a few. Get this open. And by the way, my reasoning for actually grabbing these is there's a couple of kits that I've always wanted, some that I'm not really a big fan of wanting to build because they're a little bit on the dated side, and a lot of the time I do spend my time working on builds for the channel, so I may never get around to them. Also, at the same time, it's a very cheap option. I've got a couple of perfect grades that cost me €40. Anyway, let's continue. See what we got in here. Japanese newspaper, and seeing something a little bit blue. So there we go. Built by a Japanese person from Japan, pre-loved Gunpla. So first up, this right here is the Master Grade Riesel, and it's a little bit dusty, but besides that, this looks absolutely perfect. So this is the standard version of the Master Grade Riesel. I just built the Commander type very recently, and I want the, well, essentially the grunt version to go with it without having to redo the build all over again. I might try and get another one of these if I can in future, but there we go. There should be a backpack in here as well. Some assembly required. Pop. And pop. This actually made it really good condition. Or should I say in really good condition. There we go. 1 Master Grade Riesel, regular type. But as you can see, we've got no rifle in here. I do have a spare rifle for using with these, so that's not so bad. So always check the description if you're buying something in an auction. And by the way, did I mention that? I bought these in an auction. So I always try to get them as cheap as possible. Let's see what else is in here. So this is the main reason I bought these three. These three all came together. So this is the Master Grade Banshee. I've never really liked building the older Master Grade unicorn kits because they're just not as cool as something as the Master Grade Extreme. So I've always wanted this to fill out my Master Grade collection, but I wanted to do that without actually having to go through building it because I would never get the chance. Again, a little bit dusty. A couple of parts separated in transit, but no damage. And everything seems to be included. Lastly then here, this was kind of just like a leftover. This is the Master Grade Unicorn, of course. This just came with the other ones. It's the other two that I really wanted, but I guess this is just a bonus. And I'm not sure how much these actually cost me, so I'll pop it up on the screen so you can see what you'd be looking at if you wanted to grab pre-built Master Grades. On to the next box. So now onto box number 2, and this one right here is a very small one, considering it's got a Master Grade 00 and a master grade Jinx inside of it. So I don't know how they managed that. So let's take a peek. And definitely some assembly required here. Once again, I'll throw up on the screen how much it ended up costing me. I have never actually built the master grade 00 riser, so that's why I went for this. And it's been on my to buy list for my master grade collection for quite some time. So it's about time I actually added that one to the collection now. Ooh, there's the legs, backpack, a little bit of a Jinx, upper body. V-fin's not broken. That is important. Okay. As you can see here, this is missing the instruction manual. I bought this from the exact same seller I got the master grade unicorns from, and it looks like we are missing a GN sword, but you can see all that in the item description when you are buying. Usually they are quite clear, and you know what you're getting. So if you're looking for something for a kit bash or a custom, they might be missing some accessories, but you may not even want those accessories for that kit bash. Also, there is no instruction, but there is a lot of websites out there that do have the instructions for kits, just in case you don't know how to put them together yourself, like Dalong, I think, is it Hobby Search or something like that? Those all have the instructions for kits, so if you don't know how to put them back together, if they come in separate pieces like that, you'll find those online. So there's the backpack, stick it on, and there's one 00 riser, and I'll add those on later. Alright, so the Jinx needs some assembly too, so let's see, there is the crotch. Pop on the upper body. There we go, leg and leg. Arm. This here pointy majigger. Crotch majiggers. And that then should just overlap and attach on just like so. So there is the Jinx. Once again, this does not have a weapon with it. So again, always pay close attention to the listing in case that is something that you're looking for. For me, I'm probably just going to outfit it with a beam saber or something similar to pop with the current master grade Jinx I already have for a little bit of a two-man squad. On to the next box. So on to the next box, and this one's a little bit bigger. Now, I know this is one of two perfect grades that I grabbed. Both cost around the €40 mark, which is quite good. Considering these are kits I probably would never go back in time to actually get around to building myself. So let's check out what we've got in perfect grade box, the first. Okay, this is quite nicely packaged in an inside out Amazon box. Okay, so let's see if we can just transfer it like so. And as you can see, it's Zeta Gundam. Again, a little bit shaken up in transit, but everything's looking good so far. Slide them out. That's a hefty kit right there. Oh, that is smart. Check that out. The V-fin was actually packaged separately with a bit of a... I can't remember what that thing's called. I have to go check. It's killing me. It's the high-grade Turbine. Anyway, let's see. We've got the shield and the rifle. Both are looking good too. As for any cosmetic damage, doesn't look like it. Once again, tiny bit of dust on it. Besides that, it's looking quite happy. I'm not seeing any nubs or anything, so... Oh, there's a couple. You know, it's something you can clean up yourself if you like it to look a little bit more perfect. But still, look at that. Perfect grade. Might as well get the V-fin on to finish it off. Whoa. I thought that'd be a little more subtle than that. Let's see if I can figure out how to attach. It looks quite self-explanatory, so there we go. That little second V-fin. More like a U-fin or square fin. And there we go with the front V-fin part. And that is a perfect grade Zeta ready for display. Now, I don't know if the perfect grade Zeta came with a stand or not, because this guy does feel like he might have a little bit of issues standing up. Let's check that out really quickly. It is Zeta Gundam after all. It's not so bad. He stands a little bit like a constipated toddler, but anyway, on to the next one. Alright, so on to the last box, and once again, this is a perfect grade. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds to guess. What do you think it is? So 5, 4, oh, drop down the comments, by the way. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Alright, so once again, this is an older perfect grade that I probably would never find the time to go back in time to actually build myself. So I do want it for the collection, and that is this right here. The classic perfect grade or X78-2. So I did build the Unleashed, so I'm not sure if I'd ever go back in time in order to build it, but will be nice for some comparisons in future videos. Looks like he got a little bit shaken up, a little bit rattled in transit, Let's move him out. And there we go. This is actually quite robust. This feels really, really nice and looks nice. Man, this is a really cool looking kit. The Zeta looks great and all, but there's something about the clean look of the RX 782. Once again, all these things packaged nicely, including the V-fin, so it won't get broken. That bit of head that had fallen off, it just fallen off. We've got something right here. Oh, that is a bit of ankle armor. A little bit difficult to line up one-handed, but there it is. We've got something else here. Where did this come from? Yay! Back of the heel. That just pops on like so. And let's get that V-fin out to get that Gundam visage fully completed. Now, once again, it's a little bit of Turbine box here. Oh, looks like we do have a thumb or a finger. Must have popped off, so they packaged it separately. Let's pop that finger back on. There we go. Actually, finger's a little bit loose. That means it's time to reach for the Pro Tools, which is a big old block of sticky tack. Get that ball all tacked up. Stick it in there. I'll clean that up a little bit neater later on. V-fin is taped on here. Whip that out and pop it on. So it does look like we are missing that little red piece from the front of that, but if you are any good at scratch building, or maybe have a spare sort of piece lying around, you can do that. So I actually obviously didn't read the description so well, but I'm sure I can find something to pop on there. Something knocking around somewhere. So one of the reasons I wanted this perfect grade right here is because I've had this knocking around in my backlog for, I am going to say, almost 10 years. So my wife actually bought me this when we were living in Japan, so I'm thinking like 2012 or 13. And she didn't know that you actually required the perfect grade kit to actually use with it. So this has some clear parts and weapons for using with the perfect grade, but it was only 1,000 yen in this really tiny, small, rural recycle shop. So she, just saw it, thought I'd want it, and I've been holding on to this for so long to try it out. So I'm gonna get this on that ASAP. Sadly though, it doesn't come with that little red piece, so I'm gonna have to either try and scratch build or replace it. Also, by the way, it did actually say in the listing that this was missing that red piece. I just have a habit of doing things without reading first. So anyway, that right there is it for the video. So once again, I bought all of these just through Yahoo Auctions, so each one was an auction. Also, I did look through the category that the Japanese use the term junk, which doesn't necessarily mean that they're junk, it just means these are not in anything they'd consider an A, B, C, D kind of good condition. They're either missing parts, are a little bit on the old side, a little dusty, or something like that. So once again, these are perfect just for maybe filling out some of your grunts. If you don't mind a missing part or two, you can have some battle damage, or if you just want to harvest some parts for some kind of custom build or something like that. It's an absolutely awesome place to maybe grab something a little bit cheaper than retail. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to come back for more Gunpla content, and I'll see you next time. As always, this video and none of these videos would be possible without each and every one of you watching these videos, including those of you who are supporting me on the channel memberships and over on Patreon, including VanFon, Org59061, Lawrence Seahack, Kill Me Inc., Joseph Kukluk, Joe, Gunpla UK Limited, Global Frequency Studios, Forsetti, Caleb Engelhart, and Craig Jerry.